Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be starting a new series called First Time Watching. I know, such an original name, right? And each week, every Wednesday, at least for now, every Wednesday, we are going to be talking about a film I've never seen before until I watch it for the channel. And this week's debut episode is Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl, the first film. I've never seen any films in the Pirates franchise, and I figured it's finally time to watch them. But before we get into the movie, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, as starting this Saturday, we're going to have Shane's World back, where we break down the latest and greatest news of pop culture. And then on Monday, we're going to have a video, kind of a bonus episode of Shane's World, breaking down all the happenings from D23 this weekend. So make sure you do all that good stuff. Now let's dive in to Curse of the Black Pearl. As I said at the beginning, I've never seen any of the Pirates films before, but of course I know the characters. Like Jack Sparrow's one of the most iconic film characters of all time. Will Turner, Orlando Bloom, Elizabeth Swann, like Captain Barbossa. Like, I knew the characters because I had friends into this stuff when we were younger, and I do play Fortnite, and they were all just in Fortnite, and I love the ride at Disneyland. I think the ride's incredible, and that's kind of what Jones Smith to start watching this. And the other day I was sitting down coming up with franchises that I've never seen, and this is the one that kind of jumped out at me the most, and this was the one I wanted to start watching the most, so I dove into it, and I decided to make this series for the channel. And I have to say, I was a little worried about maybe this film not holding up, because this is a beloved franchise, a beloved film, but it is also over 20 years old, so I was a little worried about it not holding up. But I'm glad to say it definitely does, because I love this film. I had a blast watching it. I did feel like it was a little long. Like, I think you could have shaved off a good 10 to 15 minutes throughout the film just to cut that runtime down a little bit, but I had a blast watching it. The CGI and the effects, sure, they look a little dated, like when the pirates turn into, like, the cursed, zombified-looking pirates. Sure, it looks a little dated, but it has that, like, perfect 2000s feel that I feel nostalgic for, because that's what, you know, the era I grew up in, really. It just has that kind of magic 2000s feel, like the original Spider-Man films, or like the first couple live-action Scooby-Doo films. You know what I'm talking about? Just that nice feel where it still had some good feeling from the 90s before everything just looked like computer-animated slop there for a while. But, like, these effects look good for the time. And the performances are great. The characters, obviously, you fall in love with them because they've gone on to become some of the most iconic film characters of all time. Orlando Bloom's great. I love me some Orlando Bloom, and it's very interesting that he had the start of this franchise and Lord of the Rings kind of kicking off at the same time. Like, it very much felt like he was going to be the next, like, big star in Hollywood, and he's definitely had a solid career, but I don't think he ever, like, quite reached the same heights after the beginning of his career, because he's still in good stuff. Like, Carnival Row was pretty good. He was great in Gran Turismo. Of course, he had the Hobbit movies a decade ago, I guess, at this point, but he just never kind of reached that big pitch level like he did when he had both of these franchises going at the same time. Of course, Keira Knightley, fantastic actress, still working today as well. And, of course, Captain Jack Sparrow, one of the most iconic film characters of all time. Will we ever see him again? I don't know. I kind of hope so, though. After watching this, I'll see how I feel after watching 4 more of his adventures. But after watching this one, I definitely would like to see him come back. You know, I'd definitely like to see that. And Captain Barbossa, a great, just silly enough villain to keep it family-friendly. And speaking of family-friendly, I will say, this film has some darker moments. It definitely has some, like, darker moments for a family, like, Disney film. There's some parts where I was like, oh, geez, that's a little on the creepy side for maybe, like, a little kid watching this. It's definitely leaning towards that darker edge, but it is pirates and stuff, so I guess, you know, all's fair and, love and sea adventures, you could say. But yeah, I really dig this film. I'm very excited to dive into the rest of the franchise now, and I'm glad I decided to kind of document my thoughts as I go through it for all of you guys. I'm not sure what series we'll tackle next, but right now I'm kind of obsessed with the Pirates of the Caribbean universe right now, so I'm hoping maybe D23 this weekend, maybe we get an announcement for a new Pirates. I just want one, because now I'm obsessed, and now I'm gonna want more, because I'm an American, and that's all we want is more, more, more. We're a greedy society, and we want more. But yes, don't be disappointed. Don't think I hated this film. I actually love this film. Can't wait to watch the rest of the series, and I can't wait to rewatch this first one. I'm going to give Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl a 9 out of 10. Like I said, if it just was like a little bit shorter, I probably would have bumped it up to a 9.5, because this is a great film, and it still holds up over 20 years later. What are your guys' thoughts on Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl? Are you nostalgic for this film? Do you love this franchise? Or are you like me and have never seen it? Let me know that down in the comments below. Or are you going to come to my house and blow me away like Old Yeller because I've never seen this series? And if you think that's shocking, wait until we get through this one and you see what other series I've never seen as a huge film fan. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys right here next time.